So once he came in, he stops and goes straight to the front. When he goes to the front, I'm quickly looking for my ID, trying to get the fuck out, like trying to figure it out, whatever. That's when I hear her say, "Wait, Nate, stop." She stayed there for about 2 to 3 weeks before he buried her.
In a quiet Jacksonville neighborhood, a well-loved mother and community helper vanished without a trace. Weeks later, a horrifying discovery in a backyard would reveal her fate and unmask a dangerous predator hiding in plain sight. This is the chilling story of LaDonna Donna Williams, the friend who tried to help, and Nathan Nate Slade, the man whose violent spree would end in 2 life sentences behind bars. By his early 40s, Nate Slade had earned a frightening reputation. Those close to him knew him as a ticking time bomb, controlling, abusive, and willing to exploit anyone, especially his romantic partners, to get what he wanted.
Before working homicide, Detective Abbott and I both worked sex crimes. We dealt with
He made me
a lot of
prostitute a lot.
yeah, domestic violence and everything.
He made me a prostitute. Not a lot, but he made me like sell myself towards the end.
Yeah.
Towards the end. It didn't start off that way, but when it wasn't enough to support his habit anymore, our habit.
He had a long rap sheet and a history of domestic violence. Girlfriends were not companions to Nate so much as tools for his schemes. If they ever stepped out of line, his reaction was brutal and swift. This pattern of violence and manipulation set the stage for the horrors to come. December 22nd, 2021. 3 days before Christmas, Nate put into motion a ruthless plan. He texted a male friend and asked for a ride to a local ATM to withdraw some cash. The friend, acting in goodwill, agreed and picked up Nate and Nate's then-girlfriend, not suspecting the danger he'd invited into his car. As they pulled up near the ATM in the Paxson neighborhood of Jacksonville, Nate did not even attempt a withdrawal. Instead, he pulled out a firearm and ambushed his friend from the back seat, firing 3 shots at point-blank range. The victim was hit and slumped over, grievously wounded. With the driver incapacitated, Nate and his girlfriend rummaged frantically through the car for valuables. After snatching whatever they could find, Nate wasn't finished. He stepped out, walked calmly around to the driver's side, and fired yet another shot directly at his friend. A cold-blooded attempt to ensure the man's death. Bleeding and left for dead, the victim was now slumped over the wheel as Nate and his girlfriend ran off into the night, leaving Nate's friend to die alone in the car. Hours passed before anyone discovered the gruesome scene. Finally, a 911 call came in, reporting an abandoned vehicle that had been sitting for some time. When sheriff's deputies arrived, they found a harrowing sight. A man slumped against the steering wheel, the interior soaked with blood. Amazingly, he was still alive, gasping for breath despite multiple gunshot wounds, including 2 shots to his head. Emergency responders rushed him to the hospital, and against all odds, he survived the attempt on his life. Investigators soon recovered security camera footage from the area, which indeed captured much of the shooting on video. They also collected forensic evidence and statements from Nate's girlfriend, who had been at the scene. All signs pointed to Nathan Slade as the triggerman, yet the investigation proceeded frustratingly slowly. For a while, it seemed Nate had slipped away. Confident he'd gotten away with the crime, Nate carried on with life as usual, a ticking time bomb roaming free. Roughly a year after the ATM ambush, Nate's relationship with the girlfriend who had accompanied him that night fell apart. By late 2022, he found himself with a new love interest, 23-year-old Stephanie Guzman, whom he met at a drug rehabilitation facility. The attraction was immediate and intense.
When I met Nate, it was kind of like I should have known better, you stupid ass, because my daughter's father always told me that. But whatever. When I met Nate, I had just gotten out of a habit, cold turkey, and I was in front of my house, and I had upset about something, and I had gotten Baker active for the first time ever in my life, in August. And I'd never been Baker active before, ever. And I get here, I get Baker active, and I meet Nate. It was the only guy in there smiling and so charming and so knew exactly what to say. And what impressed me about him was that he knew how, I'm a sapiosexual, so it impressed me how quickly he knew how to play chess. This man could play chess and win in like under 5 minutes. Like,
Wow.
and I was just so impressed. I was like, wow, like, you know what to say, knew everything. I should have known better than to fall in love with someone that had a mental health.
In a matter of weeks, the pair had each other's names tattooed on their bodies. They moved fast, getting engaged shortly after they began dating, and moved into a small Jacksonville apartment which they shared with 2 roommates.
Do you recognize that house?
Yes,
What do you know about that house, if anything?
that's where I was beaten up, all the time, every day.
You were beaten up there all the time? Yeah. Did you live there?
Yes,
With who?
Nate and 2 of my roommates,
Who were the roommates?
Sheila and Freddie.
Behind closed doors, Nate was just as violent and unpredictable with Stephanie as he'd been with past girlfriends. He was possessive and prone to rage.
Before working homicide, Detective Abbott and I both worked sex crimes, where we dealt with
He made me
a lot of
prostitute a lot.
domestic violence and everything.
He made me a prostitute. Not a lot, but he made me like sell myself towards the end.
Yeah.
Towards the end. It didn't start off that way, but when it wasn't enough to support his habit anymore, our habit. And then I should have known better too, because the first day and second day, he thumped me right on my forehead with a thick wooden like plank. Thumped me right there on the forehead. And I was like, okay.
When you guys were in the facility?
No,
You were out.
just got out, like the second day. Thumped me right in the forehead. And then it progressed. The second time was that he choked me because I swept his feet. I'm Spanish. We don't have that. Oh, I didn't spit on the phone the other day. I spit. Anyway, I swept his feet, and I didn't know what it meant at the time. His superstitions, I don't know them at that time. And then he got so offended, he like literally choked the shit out of me. That was the second time. And then the third time, like, I forgot what I did, but he just like pulled the shit out of my hair, and I literally had a lump on. I had knots. I don't know if they went away fully, but I had knots on my head for a long ass time.
Who is that?
Yeah.
This is your friend? What's your friend's name?
Another figure entered their lives, someone who would play a pivotal role in what was to unfold. LaDonna, Donna Williams, 40, was a well-known friendly face in the community. Donna had a heart for helping people in need. She was known to drive around the neighborhood offering day laborers rides to and from job sites, and she wouldn't hesitate to slip a few dollars to someone struggling. That generosity extended to Stephanie and Nate.
You know that young lady?
That look like Miss Donna.
That looks like Miss Donna.
She was like our supervisor. She'll come pick us up, drop us off at the sites, and then she'll leave, do whatever. And then like at the end of the day, she'll come back and pick us up, take us back, and then she'll pay us to go.
Donna and Nate became casual friends, likely through community circles or mutual acquaintances. But more importantly, Donna took a keen interest in Stephanie's well-being. Seeing a young woman in a tough situation with an older, domineering boyfriend, Donna's nurturing instincts kicked in. She grew protective of Stephanie and worried about how Nate treated her.
So you met her on the 14th, and go back over again. She came to the house?
Mhm.
Okay. All right, she came to the house.
She's never been there before. She came to the house and asked my boyfriend at the time if she could borrow me for promotions.
And that's Nate we're talking about, right?
Yes.
Okay, so came to the house, asked Nate to borrow you for promotions.
Mhm.
What kind of promotions?
To promote her, like her sex.
She's like OnlyFans or something?
No, like a plenty of fish.
Plenty of fish? Okay.
You know the name of the account?
No, I think it got deactivated because she was like having a lot of like traffic doing her plenty of fish.
Oh, okay.
I have very good promotion. Yes.
Did you do, I know you said you kind of work in the sex industry more.
No, I have my baby daddy put up revenge, my, like, not, but like our personal sex videos, me and my daughter's father.
Yeah.
he put them all up, and they got very popular very quickly, like 126,000 views each.
Jesus.
Yeah, so that's why my name is very big up there. Nate knew that, and also took advantage of that too.
Things came to a head when Nate and Stephanie's landlord evicted them from their apartment. The couple's chaotic lifestyle, likely involving drug use, fights, and non-payment of rent, had finally worn out their welcome. Tensions were already high. Nate resented anyone who he felt was interfering in his relationship.
It wasn't always only just physical, it was a mental thing too. To the point where he'll play with your mind and make you believe, like, okay, I have this entire neighborhood watching you, and the second you move anywhere you're not supposed to move, I'm gonna know, we're gonna find you, we're gonna get you, we know where your daughter is, your mom lives, everything, all of that. It's over for you. And I very much believed it because his family said the same shit.
Yeah.
You know, like, I was just like, okay, you know. Like.
Early February 2022, Donna Williams suddenly dropped off the map, and it immediately raised alarm for those who knew her. Donna wasn't someone who would just vanish or cut off contact. In fact, she was a creature of habit when it came to checking in on her family. She spoke to her adult children nearly every day and was deeply involved in her loved ones' lives, always making sure everyone was all right. So, when days passed with no word from Donna, people noticed. Donna's son grew especially concerned. About a week into her disappearance, he received a text message from Donna's phone, but the message only heightened his fears. It was an unusual request asking him to send money, without any of Donna's usual warmth or chit-chat. This was entirely out of character. Donna was unfailingly affectionate in her messages. Her son suspected immediately that something was wrong. Perhaps someone had stolen her phone and was trying to scam the family. Trusting his gut, he refused to send money. After that cryptic text, no one heard from Donna again. In late February, her 41st birthday came and went with no call, no visit, not even a text. Nothing. Loved ones knew something was very, very wrong. They reported Donna missing, hoping for the best but fearing the worst. On April 20th, 2022, those rumors proved horrifyingly true. The landlord of the West 9th Street rental home, the same home from which Nate and Stephanie had been evicted, was preparing the property for new tenants. The house had sat empty for some time, and it fell on the landlord to tidy up the place. While inspecting the backyard, he noticed something odd, a portion of soil that looked disturbed, as if recently dug up, near an old trash can. Upon closer inspection, his heart sank. Inside the trash can, partially buried in a shallow grave, were what appeared to be human remains. The landlord recoiled in shock and immediately called 911 to report what he'd found. When deputies arrived, the landlord relayed something chilling. He told them that months earlier he had heard a rumor from people in the area that his former tenant, Nathan Slade, had killed a woman and buried her in the backyard. At the time, it sounded far-fetched, a grotesque story that couldn't possibly be true. Now, faced with a decomposing body literally on his property, that rumor took on a grave new significance. Officers cautiously unearthed the trash can and confirmed the unthinkable. There were human remains stuffed inside. The body was in a state of decay consistent with having been buried for several weeks. Investigators strongly suspected it was the remains of Donna Williams. After all, Donna was the only local woman anyone knew of who had vanished under suspicious circumstances recently. Still, they needed confirmation. The remains were sent to the medical examiner, and Donna's family was contacted to provide any identifying information. The worst was confirmed. The body was indeed Donna's, and she had been the victim of a homicide. Within days, investigators tracked Nate down and arrested him. Notably, they charged him not immediately with Donna's murder, but with the attempted murder and armed robbery from the ATM ambush. This strategy ensured that Nate would remain in custody while detectives continued building the homicide case. There was another crucial person investigators needed to talk to: Stephanie Guzman, Nate's fiancée. Stephanie was now incarcerated on unrelated charges. Detectives brought her in for questioning about Donna's disappearance and death. At first, Stephanie was visibly terrified. She knew all too well what Nate was capable of. For a while, Stephanie hesitated, but investigators, however, had a sense that this young woman was holding a terrible secret. They gently assured her that she was safe. Nate was already in custody, and if she helped them, they would do everything in their power to protect her from any retaliation. She agreed to tell them everything. What Stephanie revealed next was a chilling first-hand account that cracked the case wide open.
I knew something was weird and off, but like it was very fake. I was scared, but whatever. She was like, okay, just go inside the daddy and come back. Don't let him talk to me, just stay. I said, okay. No problem. So she's on the phone with some, I don't know who she's on the phone with, but she was on the phone at the time. I go inside, and when I go inside, Nate immediately, like, I get to the back room, this man pins me down on the bed, and like, the knife is there, ready to go. Like, he was ready to start, like, just, like, stabbing the shit out of me, and I was scared as fuck. I was like, oh my god, please don't.
So he had a knife? Okay. Okay.
And, he was ready to stab the shit out of me, and I don't know why God, or whoever it was, that told her to come inside, but she came inside on the phone looking for me. And Nate immediately stopped and went to the front. Like he was about to like stab me, and he stopped and went to the front. Cause I was fighting him, like not fighting him, but I was trying to fight him off me.
Huh?
So once he came in, he stops and goes straight to the front. When he goes to the front, I'm quickly looking for my ID, trying to get the fuck out, I'm trying to figure it out, whatever. That's when I hear her say, "Wait, Nate, stop." And then like roughhousing or wrestling, whatever. So I never got to find my ID at that time. So I go and I like run to the front to see what's going on, and I had seen like Gaston right there
On the couch?
on that couch, the first one, right there.
Okay.
When I didn't see that one. He told me that he had punched her and dragged her in, which man, you can talk to anybody on that block. I've been dragged in that house and beaten up 1,000 times, so they could probably tell you, yes, he's gotten dragged into that shit.
Okay. Here, let's trade places so I can
Sorry.
kind of see a little bit better. No, you're fine.
So,
Alright.
So, you know, I wasn't nauseous, and now I'm nauseous. So then, I didn't know what to do. So he tells me leave, because he sees that I'm like not okay. So he tells me to leave. I didn't want to leave, but I did. Like I did, but I did. Like it was one of those things where you just don't know what the fuck to do. I can leave and like go get help or something and get. Remember, I told you the whole neighborhood is like with this man. I don't know what the fuck he did, but so I was just like, what do I do? I don't have a phone. Because I don't have a phone. I don't have shit. So I was just like so confused. I didn't know what the fuck to do. So I walk out the house and I went to the backyard real quick. I just stayed there. I stood there for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking like, oh my god, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Fuck that. I went back in the house. When I go back in the house, or maybe it felt like 2 seconds. I don't know how long it was, but I felt that I stayed outside. I come back in the house and like she's in the room now, but she's on the floor.
In y'all's room? Okay.
She's in the room now and she's on the floor.
That's the very back room.
And she's like, Steph, help. And I'm just like, what do I do? Like, I'm telling Nate, like, stop. Like, and he's like, oh, we can't stop. You already know. Da 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 da. She's gonna snitch. That's the third. And I'm just like, well, why?
Does she still only have the one stab wound at this point?
No. I don't know how many she has at this point because she is bleeding from everywhere. So, I don't know. From that time, okay. However she got from the living room to the back room, however time she stabbed her, I don't know what the fuck happened from there to there. All I know is that she was there. So then he tells me to go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. And stay in the bathroom. So I stay in the bathroom. And I just hear her screaming. And I can't do nothing. Nothing. And I just keep hearing, Steph, why? Steph, why? Steph, help. Steph, help. In the room, and she was butt naked, face down, in my closet, type of thing. And, yeah, that was that.
Okay, what happened after that?
She made me help her put it in the garbage can. He took it to the backyard.
How did he make you help him put her in the garbage can?
Because he told me to. Because then I knew I got to do it. Because if not, I'm about to be in the garbage can too.
How long after? Like, how long do you think all this went? Like, would you
When
be
I got in the bathroom,
Yeah, you'd be in the bathroom to putting her in the
it
garbage
felt
can.
like forever.
It felt like forever, yeah.
It felt like forever.
But was it still daylight the whole time, or?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was maybe like 20 minutes.
Okay. How did she go in? Was it head first, legs first, butt first?
He made me grab her ankles, and it was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
He grabbed her head, and I had to grab her ankles, but I couldn't do it. Like, I just felt weak as shit, so I just, like, I don't know, like, I felt like, I don't even think I did it. I tried, and I'm like, I can't do this, like, I can't do this, I cannot do this.
Yeah.
She might have been butt first.
Okay.
Might have been, but it was probably most likely legs first.
Legs first. Okay. Alright.
She
Uh-huh.
stayed there for about 2 to 3 weeks before he buried her.
Forensic teams had already processed the crime scene and the remains. The autopsy on Donna's body revealed multiple stab wounds consistent with Stephanie's description of a frenzied knife attack. Everything Stephanie described matched the evidence perfectly. Armed with Stephanie Guzman's detailed eyewitness confession and a wealth of supporting evidence, authorities were confident they had an airtight case against Nathan Slade for the murder of LaDonna Williams. However, they approached Nate strategically. When they first brought him in for interrogation, they did not immediately reveal that Stephanie had confessed. They played it cool, asking Nate if he knew anything about the body found in his former backyard. Nate, thinking he might outsmart them, denied everything.
The reason I'm asking these questions is we work with the homicide unit.
Mm-hmm.
So we got you put 2 and 2 together there. We got sent out to this house today, and we found a body there. Okay.
Oh boy.
I can't really get any more specific than that. Now I know that there's a missing persons report out for this lady, and she's kind of been associated with that address.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's her or not. We don't know who the person is yet, who the deceased individual is yet. But we're just trying to talk to any occupants, right?
Boy, where it came, I don't know. We were gone, so.
You were gone.
If anything happened at that house after we left, we had nothing to do with none of that shit.
You didn't have anything to do with it. When you lived there, I mean, was there anybody, did you have any indication there was like a body there or anything, or?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. You ever see anybody like out there digging a big old hole in the backyard or anything like that? No, nothing like that.
No.
Okay.
I be working, so.
Well, you wouldn't, like at night or anything like that. A lot of people might try to do that.
You hear a lot of stuff at night. You hear, so it's a lot of commotion. That's a drug area. I mean.
Yeah. What room was yours in the house?
We stayed in the, well, we was in the back, but we moved to the side one.
Okay. Alright, but like you had a window in the back of the house.
No, we had a window to the side of the house.
Okay, the front one on the left.
The house, the 29. He moved up and back there in the back one, so we stand on the side right there.
Okay. Alright, I got you. So you don't have any idea about the body?
Oh, no. Definitely no. No, sir.
You didn't have anything to do with it, did you?
No.
Okay.
Definitely no. Hell no.
Just gotta ask, man. You never know. You never know. See? That's it. Pretty straightforward, right?
Yes, sir.
Give me just a second, and then we'll get you out of here. All right, man?
Yes, sir.
Give me just a second.
Hey, you know y'all know my girl locked up too on this case.
Yeah.
She had, none of us had nothing to do with this.
All right, so you said so none of us had anything to do with it. So you saying
none of that
Nate,
shit,
Steph, Tater, Fred, and Sheila?
Oh no, me and my girl. I don't know. No, I can't say nothing about the other people.
Okay, but you're saying Nate and Steph didn't have anything to do with this?
Nothing to do with none of that shit.
If she don't know nothing, I mean, is she even worth talking to?
No.
So you don't even think Steph's worth talking to? Does she kind of like keep to herself, or does she like know everyone?
Yeah, she stay talking. she all for me. She don't really like.
She all for
me
you?
like that. Yeah.
That's nice, man. I need to find me a girl like that. Someone who's all
Yeah.
Can't take my wife no fucking where. She knows someone.
My girl ain't gonna even leave my side. She always on my side. So.
Okay. Alright, awesome.
Before Nate could be tried for Donna's murder, the wheels of justice turned on the ATM shooting case. In mid-2024, Nathan Slade faced trial for the attempted murder and robbery of his friend. The brutal ATM ambush that he had likely assumed was long behind him. By now, that victim had recovered enough to assist investigators. Crucially, Nate's ex-girlfriend, the one who had been with him during the shooting, agreed to testify against him. In January 2024, he pleaded guilty to attempted first-degree murder, armed burglary, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. A judge sentenced him in February 2024 to life in Florida State Prison for those crimes. Just a few months later, in September 2024, Nathan Slade was back in court, this time to answer for the murder of LaDonna Donna Williams. He was charged with first-degree murder in Donna's death. Prosecutor Brooke Milo emphasized the callousness of a man who could live alongside his victim's corpse without remorse. The jury also learned about Nate's attempt to cover up the crime. Every detail painted Nate Slade as a man who was not only violent, but also utterly devoid of empathy. Donna was a mother of 3 and a grandmother of 3, and in her 40 short years, she had touched countless lives with her warmth. It didn't take long for the jury to reach a verdict. In late September 2024, they found Nathan Slade guilty of murder in the killing of LaDonna Williams. The judge did not mince words in condemning Nate's actions. Nathan Slade was sentenced to life in prison for Donna's murder. What's more, the judge ordered this life term to be served consecutively to the life sentence Nate was already serving for the ATM shooting. He would serve 2 life sentences back to back. The ripple effects of his crimes continue to be felt. Donna Williams's family and friends are left to mourn a woman who by all accounts was a bright light in her community. Stephanie Guzman, whose courage in coming forward was pivotal in solving Donna's murder, must live with the trauma of what she witnessed and endured. In cooperating with authorities, she likely spared herself a heavy sentence for her role in the cover-up, and more importantly, she helped secure justice for the woman who once tried to save her.